I started learning to fly in 2013 and it took me 7.5 years to get my PPL licence due to a debilitating fear of flying. I created this channel to show some of my training and what's next for my flying hobby and to prove that it is possible to overcome a phobia. Welcome to the Phobic Flyer YouTube channel. Morning, how are you guys? So we haven't been doing this for a long time, so the weather's been rubbish and yeah, it's just not been great really, has it? So so we thought we'd come and have a go today, and there's no ATC at Gloucester, but that doesn't mean people aren't flying. So you fly at your own risk and you just are a lot more aware. So yeah, so it is what it is. We'll see how we get on, and if we don't get any planes, we'll go home. If we do, we'll stay. So thank you for watching. So good morning to the people who are just joining us now, and as I say, there is no ATC today, so we are we're just playing it by ear to see how we get on. Whatever happens happens, as they don't say, and yeah, we'll play this by ear. So, oh no, yeah, there is sound. It says there's no sound detected, but it's lying. It's lying. So it's very quiet today at Gloucester. There's no ATC, but that doesn't mean there won't be aircraft flying. We've had about 5 or 6 aircraft in the last hour going off. Oh, there's some nice little robins down here. Little robin redbreasts. I think they're thinking, what are we doing? There's two of them, look. Hello to our TikTok people who've just joined. There's not a lot going on at the moment on at Gloucester, to be honest. It's very quiet, so hopefully it will pick up a bit and we'll see some action, because we all like a bit of action, don't we? Oh, we don't want to be having ATC on, do we? No, we don't go to prison. Yeah, so we'll just play it by ear, guys, and we'll see what happens. And if it's not very good, I'm going to go flying instead. You can come and watch me fly. How about that? Live stream from the cockpit. I wonder if that's illegal. I wonder if it's illegal to live stream from a cockpit. Why would it be illegal? I think it's something to do with the mobile network. You can only use a public land, a PLMN, a public land mobile network, while you're on the ground. I don't think you can use it when you're in the air. I should know. I work for BT, but there you go. Maybe I should look that up. That would be cool though, wouldn't it? Doing a stream, live streaming from the cockpit. In fact, yeah, that would be really cool. That would be excellent, wouldn't it? Get you in the back with all the kit, Ollie. And then mixer. Yeah, that would be, I think that's something I might have to do. Live stream from the cockpit. Yeah, I might do that. It's the worst that can happen. Prison, probably. Anyway, as I say, should we go back to that other camera a sec? Let's go back to camera. Let's go onto that camera, and then let's go on to that camera. Oh, what's happened there? Why is that all blurry? Like that? Is there a spider on it or something? It's gone weird, isn't it? I look like an angel, don't I? Do I?
Not real, guys.
I'm not real. I look like a ghost. Yeah, what is going on there? I have no idea. I think the camera's changed. Yeah, it's I think it's got condensation on it. So we'll use the special don't touch it. Well, he was going to touch it with his finger, of which I would have to then break his fingers. I wouldn't have to do that. That's very naughty saying that. But yeah, so yeah, well, let me just clean that camera. Let me go back to another camera and I'll clean that camera and then come back to that camera when I've cleaned this camera, which needs cleaning.
You just made it work.
Oh, it's condensation inside the lens. Yeah, I think it's condensation inside the lens. Does that happen? Maybe if I take that off, how do I do that with this? What does it look like?
Well,
yeah.
Look, it's disappearing like slowly.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed. Yeah, so it's not as ghosty as it was.
Nope, there it goes.
Yeah, there you go. So hopefully there's going to be some action at Gloucestershire Airport today, because we haven't streamed here for, how long haven't we streamed here for, Dino? 6 weeks? 5 weeks?
5 weeks.
5 weeks, and we're back at Busy Bees because we're on runway 27. So because there is no ATC, am I looking at the camera? I am, yeah. Because there's no ATC, what happens is Whiskey at the west side of 𝗦𝘁𝘆𝘆, ready to taxi, and they would come back and say Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey, taxi Alpha 2, holding point Alpha 2, something like that. So then I would taxi to Alpha 2, doing my power checks. Then I would call for departure by saying something like Golf Bravo Bravo's one crosswind, by the way. Oh, is it? Oh, it's Mo. Okay. So then I would say something like Golf Bravo, or they would shorten my call sign actually at that point to Golf X-ray Whiskey. So I'd then say Golf X-ray Whiskey, holding at Alpha 2, ready for departure. Then air traffic control would then say something like Golf X-ray Whiskey, clear to take off. Wind is runway 27, right hand. What would they then say? Wind is 270, 3 knots, right hand turn after noise abatement, clear for takeoff, something like that. And then I'd read back, clear for takeoff, runway 27, right hand, Golf X-ray whiskey. And that would be it. And then I would take off. True story. But now what happens is you don't do that because there's no ATC. So you literally, you rather than saying Gloucester Tower or Gloucester Approach, you would just say Gloucester Traffic. So you're talking to everybody else in the area and telling them what is going on and what you're intending to do. And then you have to decide. I mean, as a pilot, you always have to decide. You're always responsible for your own safety. Oh, we got one there. So I'm gonna go on there, but I'm gonna carry on talking. So Ollie's on camera 2 with G hands, is it? No. Yeah. So just move to the right a bit, Ollie. Perfect. Yeah, so what's going to happen is if I was, for example, at the apron, ready to go, rather than calling for taxi or asking for taxi, I would just say, Gloucester Traffic, Golf Bravo, Bravo. Am I boring you, by the way? If I am, just say, enough, Clarky, you're boring the hell out of us. If I am, then just say, shut it. Clarky, shut it. So we've got to say, so what I would do instead is I would call for, I would just basically go Gloucester Traffic, Golf Bravo, Bravo X-ray whiskey at the west side of Apron Alpha, QNH 1013, squawking 4531, taxiing to Alpha 2 for a departure to the south on runway 27, right hand. I should be a pilot, shouldn't I? Oh, I am. Yeah, so after 8 years of having a phobia of flying, I had a phobia of flying for 35, 40 years. And I learnt to fly over 7 years. It took me that long, and now I've got my pilot's license. And this is me in Golf Bravo Bravo. Oh, hang on, you can't see it. Let me put it on. No, I'm doing the wrong one. This is me in Golf Bravo X-ray whiskey. See, it says there, Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray whiskey. True story. Now I've got to work out how to put this back on. Wish I hadn't taken it off now. Is that Gary Bond who's just joined? It could be Gary Bond. There's a Gary just joined on TikTok.
He's working.
He wouldn't be using TikTok if he's working, would he?
No. He's on a choo-choo train today.
He's working on a choo-choo train?
Yeah, he's driving a choo-choo train.
Oh, it's Gary. What do you mean he's driving a choo-choo train?
He's driving that.
Oh, that's a bus.
Yeah, with the train plastered all on.
Yeah, I thought you meant he was really driving a train. Oh, I've just broke this. What a flipping
10:45.
berg.
He's heading back to the train station for the 11:05 departure. Oh, shoot.
Oh well. There you go. So we've got some action there. Oh, lovely. Just pan back a bit, Ollie. There's Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha. It's a PA28. Oh, look at that. Lovely landing there, Mo. Lovely landing. He's wheeling. Lovely. Very nice. Very nice indeed. He's doing a backtrack. Is he telling people he's doing a backtrack? I would hope he is. Oh, he's not. He's not backtracking. He's off on to 2204. No. He's off on to, where is he? Oh, he's gone down Charlie, is he? Yeah, so we've got another one now. Crot, 2 planes in 10 minutes. What is going on? We're being spoiled at Gloucester today. So this aircraft now, which is what's the distance the small planes can do? That's a good question, Andrew. Do you mean as in how far can they fly? So it all depends on what plane it is and how much fuel they got. But you can get 5 hours and you can get to Scotland from like Gloucester in 5 hours. It's ironic, when you fly, everything is so close. As soon as you take off from Gloucester, I can see the 7 bridges, which are 30 miles away, 25 miles away. So everything is so close. For example, if I wanted to fly to the Isle of Wight from Gloucester, it's about 55 minutes. It all depends on the aircraft itself. But the aircraft I fly, Andrew, is a PA-28, and I would get 5 hours. So I'm listening to ATC in my ear, so I can hear what they're doing, but I can't repeat it because I'd be breaching Ofcom. To the right, Ollie, that's it. I got into trouble for broadcasting ATC. So big threats, big threats. Yeah, so it's a quiet day at Gloucester because there's no air traffic control. We got one aircraft there, that's Glos, that's Sarah, Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha, and that is taxiing. There you go. He's going back to the apron, maybe. Yeah, so back to Andrew's question, then yeah, it all depends on what aircraft it is. Light aircraft sort of vary from ultralight, from aircraft that can weigh about 400 kilos or maybe 600 kilos up to ones that can weigh more than that. I mean, I'm licensed to fly an aircraft up to, oh, I don't know actually. I got a PPL, so if anybody knows what the limits are for a PPL, then let me know. I know if you've got a LAPL, an LAPL, a light aircraft pilot's license, then you're only allowed to fly up to 3 passengers and 2 ton. But to be honest, that's all I ever fly anyway. So I could get away with having a LAPL instead of a PPL. With a PPL, you have to have a medical every year. And as I'm over 50, I know. Go on, you can say it. I don't look it, I know. I have to, actually, is it 50 or 55? You have to have an ECG every 2 years. But to be honest, that ain't a bad thing, is it? Because you don't want to be flying and then have a horrible, horrendous sort of heart attack and die an even horribler death in an aircraft-related incident. So that would be really bad. So with a LAPL, I think all you have to do is have the same sort of qualifications. All you have to do is have the same medical standards as anyone who drives a car in the UK, I believe. If anybody, by the way, if anybody thinks I'm wrong, feel free to shout horrendously at me. It's no problem. Or as they say in Spain, no hay problema. Well, that's it. So it is a bit quiet. So it looks like Sarah's. Oh wow, we got Rescue 1. Rescue 1 had his lights on. That'd be cool. Can you see that? Can you see in the background, just behind Sarah? Can you see that Navajo? I think it was that had a bit of an incident. If you look at the aircraft there, that's currently on in the middle of the screen, behind the blue and white one that's just landed. If you look at it, the sort of angle of it is not right, and that's because it doesn't really have a nose wheel anymore. Which is, you know, we all like to have a nose wheel when we're flying because you sort of need them when you land, which is quite cool, you know, to be able to sort of land safely and taxi and steer and that. So that one collapsed. I got some close-up shots of it, but I didn't know if it really was appropriate to put those out really, but maybe I will, don't know. Yeah, somebody, Dino just said, unless you're someone who doesn't need a nose wheel, because you could sort of wheelie it down the runway. How ironic. So you can see that Navajo there. Yeah, you got the, it is a Navajo, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so that aircraft there had a bit of an incident at Gloucester a few months ago. It basically, yeah, it had a bit of a, problem. So, morning to everybody on YouTube and everybody on TikTok. Sorry, what's TikTok? What am I on about? TikTok and YouTube. Maybe we should start streaming on some other platforms as well. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Maybe if we started streaming on InstaWeb or Gram or whatever it's called. And maybe on FaceTubings. Maybe we should do that on all of them. We could do, couldn't we? Right, we got one helicopter just about to depart, or is he, I just heard on there, a helicopter is about to depart onto 27, I think. So, exciting. Oh, there's someone just getting out of Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha, or Golf Romeo Alpha as it's called, when ATC abbreviate the call sign, but as there's no ATC, you can't abbreviate your call sign because you've got nobody controlling you. So, yeah. So, what's happening with this chopper then? Can I hear it?
It's coming in on 27.
Oh, it's coming in on 27, is it? Ah, okay, so...
Hello?
So we just got Ollie and Mike as well now. So as he's doing some camera-nating with his camera, he can do some talking. So talk away, Ollie. Talk away, mate.
Hello?
There you go. What's happening, Ollie? What's happening today?
Nothing, because it's ATC's non-existent today. But we're hoping we get some couple of things. I can hear something coming in now, actually. So we can. Sounds like a helicopter.
Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper alert.
Looks like it will come fairly close to us. So I'll.
Will it come over the top of us? Where? Oh, there it is. Look. That's it. Back a bit. Back a bit. Perfect. So it's quite funny because we're broadcasting on YouTube in widescreen, and then in TikTok we're broadcasting on portrait. So it's quite difficult for Ollie to. That's a really good shot. Yeah, so we've got the tower there. So we've got the tower there, there's no one in it. Actually, that's not true. There are people in it. So Sarah's just about to taxi as well. We can see that Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha is now at Alpha 2 and he's going to be doing his power checks. Once he's finished his power checks, and what you do with your power checks is you basically put the parking brake on, because you're allowed to put the parking brake on when you are non-airside, but you never put the parking brake on the runway unless you've had some sort of incident. But normally you'd never do that. So you put the parking brake on, you put the, this is in a PA28, you then put the power up to 2000 RPM, check that the brakes are holding, because you keep the brakes covered with your feet, and if they weren't holding you'd obviously jam the brakes on. Once you've done that, you then do a mag check. So you then go onto the right mag and then the left mag and then both mags. You then make sure that it's charging, and then, thanks Dino. Dino just said keep up the good work. Thanks mate. Once you check that everything's charging and if you've got a suction pump, which the aircraft I fly don't have anymore, basically you then, hang on, let me just turn air traffic down because I can't concentrate. You then, once you've done the 2000 RPM check, you then pull the power all the way back to make sure that the plane idles and the engine doesn't stall, not as opposed to the wings stall. Yeah, so once you've done that, you made sure that the engine doesn't cut out. That's the correct word. You don't use the word stall. So Trucker UK lives in Gloucester. Hello Trucker UK GB. Welcome to the channel, mate. I live in Ardwick. Whereabouts do you live in Gloucester then? Yeah, so once you've done that, you're full power and it's a nice day today. So look at that, very smooth takeoff, no bumpiness, no gusting, no wind. So that's a nice takeoff. Yeah, nice takeoff from Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha there. I fly one of them. What do you fly? You fly PA28, Cheryl, do you? Excellent. Tell us more about your PA20. Is it PA28? You live in Ardwick as well. Blimey. We're like brothers from another mother. I probably shouldn't say things like that, but there you go. I've said it. Yeah, nice one. So Cheryl Wells flies one of them. What, you mean one of the aircraft here, or you fly a PA28? Tell us more, Cheryl. We want to know. And I haven't been taking note of YouTube. No comments on YouTube. So we're broadcasting, we're simulcasting. That is a great word, simulcast, isn't it? Yeah. We're simulcasting, Dean's smiling now. We're simulcasting on TikTok and on YouTube at the same time. I used to live at number 4 Maple Close. How bizarre. I used to live in number 4 Maple Close. As you go in, the second house on the right, I lived at. In fact, I built on the back of it, I built an extended sort of roof out because they were galleries in Maple Close. So yeah, that was back in, when did I move? Oh, long time ago. Then I moved to 𝗦𝘁𝘂𝗿𝗆 and I moved back to Hardwick again now. Number 93, that's round the corner, isn't it? Yeah, I know where that is. Blimey, should you be putting that on here? The number. You might get your fans coming round now, mate. I don't have any, so I haven't got to worry. Oh, this is cool. I need to hear more about Cheryl Wells and what she flies over Cheddar. Oh, here we go. Years ago, I was seeing a pilot, and I took the plane up. It's the one where you pull the wheel. Okay. Don't bother me, mate. Oh, I love it. Andrew May, what's the biggest plane there, and its limited size? So, in theory, you could land a 737 at Gloucester. It would be a struggle, but you could land it on runway 27. Whether you could take off again would be another thing, but you probably could. And I've done it on the sim. Do you go to the pilot pub? I used to go there. I got banned from there. Oh, it's a long story. I won't go into it on here, but I got banned from the pilot pub, which is so weird because I'm such a nice person. Oh, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Technically, I've not ever been unbanned, but yeah, or have the ban removed. But this was like 30 years ago. But yeah, it's a lovely area there. I go running down Pound Lane, Church Lane, up to the M5 junction 12, and then back again. Because I'm an old git now, so I got to try and keep fit. Trucker UK says, "Oh my God." David Harradine, good morning, sir, on YouTube. How are you? We've not conversed for a while. We've not had very good weather here, but it's absolutely beautiful here at Gloucester today. We've got the camera 2 on the Navajo. Dino's off. Catch you later, Dino. Yeah, the Navajo there that you can actually see. Can you zoom in on that at all, Ollie, or not? No. That's max zoom, is it? You can't really see there, but the Navajo nose wheel collapsed. So you probably can't see there, but all the props are bent over because they basically all got damaged. So Andrew says, do you go to Kemble much? So yeah, I do. I learnt at Kemble. Part of my 7.5 years of flying, pilot pubs pulled down. What, at Hardwick? No. Really? It can't be. David Harradine's just said the pilot pub's pulled down. Is it? Oh, I'm stumped now. Are we talking about the pilot pub at Hardwick, Gloucester, off junction 12 of the M5, right next to the canal? So David Harradine's on YouTube just said that, and that shocked me. My mate Aid. Oh, I know Aid. It's a fireman at the airport. I know Aid. I think I offered Aid to go up in a plane because I don't think he hadn't been up in one at that point. So yeah, I learnt to fly at Kemble as part of Freedom Aviation, and I kept stopping and starting, and I literally had a debilitating fear of flying. I was frightened to death of flying, and I mean frightened to death, not just like, oh, I don't really like flying. I was like, you ain't get me on no plane. As Baracus, what's his name, said. Not Baracus, no. BJ Baracus out of the 18. You won't get me on no plane or something like that, he said. And that's what I was like, to be honest. Ah, me and Aid do rallying together. Or you'll have to say that you've spoken to me, the Phobic Flyer, on TikTok. Good guys they are, the fire crew. They are really good. Is he? I think he's part of, which is the watch that... Blue. So blue watch and red watch. Do you know if he's blue or red? I think he's blue, because I think he puts the blues and twos on whenever he sees us. But of course, BA. I'm not with you, David. Sorry, mate. It's probably me being a bit thick. That's what happens when you get to my age now. Blue, it is on Blue Watch, yes. So Blue Watch is the cool watch. Blue Watch is the watch that basically gives us the blues and twos and waves and does a lot of stuff. Yeah, we don't get. I think we have had the odd thing from Red Watch, but yeah, Blue Watches. They're the cool watch. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm alienating myself with Red Watch now. To be honest. Oh, tell him to come in then. We just got Nathan who's just joined us. He basically, you did a solo a few weeks ago, didn't you? Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'll get a mic on him. Let's talk to him. So yeah, come on over a bit then. Come on in a bit. There's the camera up there.
Okay.
So just come over a little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more. Right, there you go. So if you turn around now as well.
Yeah.
So Nathan, and just come this way a bit for TikTok. There you go. So Nathan did his first solo. What were you flying, Nathan?
DR400.
And how did that feel?
Felt good. It was very light. It's without an instructor.
It is. And so you take off rolls faster, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you actually take off a lot shorter than you would normally. Did you at any point think, oh my God? Because I did when I did my first solo.
Probably when I was holding short of the runway.
Yeah.
That was.
And your heart's going.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're feeling a little bit nervous. Yeah. But fair. And how old are you?
17.
Oh, what a great age to get your first solo out there. So what are you doing now then, flying wise?
Just still carrying on, sort of work towards now for now.
Yeah.
Getting that cross country.
Have you done your cross country yet?
Not yet.
Do you know where? Have you sort of got an idea where you want to go to and back?
I think it's Wolverhampton.
Yeah, Halfpenny Green.
Shobden.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I can't remember the other one.
Cardiff? No.
No, it's not Cardiff.
Wolverhampton, Shobden.
It's one round here.
Wouldn't be Oxford.
It's not Oxford. It might be Kemble.
Kemble, yeah, that's probably a good one to do. Yeah, so that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it's so I mean, I had a massive phobia, so I had to overcome that.
Yeah.
So that kept coming back in when I was learning to fly. When I did my first solo, so I did my first solo in 2013, but I didn't get my license until 2020. Yeah. So you're doing it in the right way. Yeah. When are you next flying then?
Probably not for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Try and get the written exams done.
So how many have you done?
I've only done 2.
What's air law and
operational procedures?
Yeah, that's right. Which you have to do for your solo, don't you?
That's it, yeah.
So I found weather, meteorology. I found that a challenge.
Yeah.
With all of the lapse rate and all of the invert, all that weird stuff. Yeah, and I found that quite challenging. What's the other ones? The ones in relation to how the aircraft works. What's that called?
Human performance.
Yeah, human performance is okay.
Yeah.
I always remember from that, because I do a bit of telescope stuff.
Yeah.
That when your eyes, when you are, it takes 30 seconds for your eyes to go from dark to light.
Yeah.
It takes 30 minutes to go from light to dark. Yeah, I always remember that. It's all roughly around that as well. Trucker UK says, Aid showed me all the private jets there. I've seen the guy who owns Superdry. Wow, nice, excellent, cool. And his partner works in the tower. Really, I didn't know that. That's a small world. No. Yeah, so, and who do you fly with then?
Cotswold.
Cotswold.
Yeah.
That's not Mo, is it?
No.
No,
Phil.
No, Phil.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I've not, don't think I've met anybody from Cotswold before.
Yeah.
What's the DR400 cost an hour then?
I think it's 220 with an instructor.
With an instructor, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I say it's not bad. It's a lot of money, but it's still not bad in relation to how much it costs.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh well done, mate.
Right,
excellent.
thanks.
Congrats on your solo.
Cheers.
Really, really good news. Hang on. Yeah, so we started off at Busy Bees, Trucker UK, back in April last year, and it was just mad. It was just so busy. It was so busy, but then we went down to the Jet Age Museum, and we alternate between the Jet Age Museum and Busy Bees basically, depending on which runway's in use. If it's 09, the Jet Age Museum, or the Jam as we call it, is so much better. Do you want to not keep that on you then? It's so much better than... yes. So One Way Jacob says he's at Gloucester Airport right now. Nice one, One Way Jacob. And David Harold, yeah, BA Baracus. That's it, mate. You've got it. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's BA Baracus. That was the one who said about the, you won't get me on no darn plane or something like that. Look at that, he's got his landing light on. Normally you don't put your landing light on until you've gone across the threshold, but it doesn't hurt actually, because it makes people aware of your taxiing, and there's no ATC, so actually that's an enhanced safety thing really, isn't it?
Is that what I'm TikTok?
Yeah, it's perfect. Just so you can see, that if you're right in the centre,
Yeah.
that it's quite difficult. You haven't got TikTok, have you? Because otherwise you could see. Well, aren't you allowed to have it? No. Isn't it worth like reapplying via the process of the mother and father, and say you only want it to look at aviation stuff, and she can look at everything. Don't say I said this, mind. But you could say, look, you're 14 now. If I have a TikTok account, there's lots of information about aviation. You could try that.
I'm not going to tell you.
Don't say I said to do it, because I don't want to. No! Oh my God, I've been on mic. I've had the mic open and I've been counselling. Oh no! I haven't seen his car, no. Has he got a rally car, he does, has he? No, I haven't seen that, mate. Oh, Ollie's just said it's sick. Which I think is young speak for what we would have said, really cool. Oh, wow, that is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a See It? No. Let's have a look.
I don't know.
No, that's a Golf, isn't it?
What does it mean?
Trucker UK will know. Oh, it looks like it's a Vauxhall logo, but it looks like a Golf. But hang on, look at the wheels.
Oh, they're not visible on the roads. Hold on.
We're looking at his car now. Oh, it's a Vauxhall Corsa. There you go. Yeah, that's Aid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that we're stalking us.
Yeah, I know Aid. He didn't know me well, and I don't know him well, but yeah, I know him. He's a good guy. Cool. So BSOG has moved a little bit there. Golf Bravo Oscar, Sierra Oscar Golf. Oh, one's coming in there. Is that Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha? I think it might be. You're going to do a night. Look at that. You can tell there's hardly any wind today, which does mean your approach is going to be faster. I don't know Mary. No, I don't know her. Is that his wife or his girlfriend, his partner? There's Gloucester Hospital in the background there, you just see. One-way Jacob's it. Oh, I've already read that out. Is it Gloucester? Are you the aviator then, are you, One-way Jacob? I'm just going to go and get myself a cup of tea, coffee actually. He drives that tanker truck sometimes. Yeah, he does, he does. Do you know Lisa as well then? I'm just literally, Ollie's going to stay on camera too. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, Lisa just did a big jump, didn't she? And rather than me, I wouldn't want to be doing that. So I'm back. Yeah, so I'm not here every day. No, just come up at the weekends and sort of been a bit sporadic over the last 6 months, really. Has the screen frozen? No, it hasn't. But there's not a lot going on at the moment. And can't see someone walking across the taxiway. God, we got movement.
We have just had an aircraft go out.
Oh, we did have an aircraft go out. Fair enough. So Nick, I was born to scream, says anything interesting coming in today? Don't think there is. Oh, YouTube's having a wobble.
No.
Is it?
Right.
Says it's not receiving enough data. I'll have to go down on my bandwidth, bitrate. Yeah, don't know, Nick. Don't think there is a lot going on today. Move the camera. Move the camera. TikTok just didn't like a bit of inactivity. Aid was in Gloucestershire live when the Spitfire was leaving the airport. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah. And we got an aircraft overhead now. Oh, I've looked into the sun. That's not a good idea, is it? 777 overhead, says One Way Jacob. Tom Gander, morning chaps, got another helicopter lesson on Monday. Ah, Tom, shame I couldn't get the one today, looks perfect. Bloody hell. Oh, sorry. Oh, I swore. That's it, TikTok are going to ban me now, and YouTube will ban me. Blinking, blimmin' yes. It's lovely today. Yes, really nice. Robbie's Adventures on a Mobility Scooter says hi. Hello there. That's a long name, isn't it? Back on TikTok. Get rid of that notice as inactivity. They don't like that, apparently. So, him and Ben was in the fire engine. Yeah, that's it. They're not on today though, are they?
Red Watch today.
Oh, it's Red Watch today.
Red Watch today.
They don't really, I don't think they like me. Don't know why.
Not me either.
Oh, they don't like Zoe either. Say, come and tell us about what you do as a day job then, Zoe, now. Hang on. Where is it? You got it there.
Really
So if you stand...
very interesting.
Oh, shut up.
It's not.
They will. Turn around that way. So, I think that's about right. Oh no, this way. There you go. So I'm going to open your mic, that one, and there you can say hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Clarky wants me to talk about my day job.
There you go.
Not massively sure why. I don't think it's very interesting. I will take these.
It is interesting.
Basically, I work for a company based here on the airport. I shan't name names for liability reasons, just in case. But what we do is we train the next generation of air traffic controllers to do their courses. So they'll start out with, generally they'll start with a tower course to then go on and get their radar and then potentially their procedural as well, which is, we use tower and procedural here at Gloucester. So I work on the radar side of things, and what I do is I basically play pretend. That's kind of what my job is.
Pretend planes?
Pretend planes. I will sit on the other side of a computer screen. We have exercises that will load up on a simulator, and the controllers will basically vector and move their aircrafts around, and I'll be the one inputting and reading back. We do get some more fun stuff. We get to have radar fails, in which case the controller can't see anything, so we have to do everything by time estimations. There's specific procedures that fall into place for that. And we also do a thing called EGBJ, which is your emergencies on an aircraft. So potentially an aircraft will call up that's departed and will say, we've got a rough running engine, we need to come back, and they will basically take priority over any other aircraft that are being vectored and moved around to then come in and land. And there's like fuel dump procedures, like everything is done as it would be done in a standard air traffic environment, basically to get the guys trained up before they start interacting with real aircraft. Because
so you must be learning quite well how to speak air traffic control stuff, you know,
yeah,
both sides as well.
100%. Less so for the sort of flying that you guys do here. That would mostly be the tower guys. I haven't had much.
Oh, because it's radar.
Because it's radar, it's slightly different. I haven't had much with sort of landing clearances and all of that side of things. But yeah, we do. I've done a bit. Peeled.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. So if you've got any questions for Zoe, stick them in the chat then, either on YouTube or on Instagram. And YouTube looks like it's playing up.
TikTok.
TikTok even, sorry.
TikTok,
yeah, TikTok.
But first of all, disclaimer, I'm not an air traffic controller. Please don't ask me questions about air traffic control. I don't know, that's a Dan question.
Yeah.
That's not a me
That's
question.
a Dan.
That's
Dr. Dan. Cool.
Dr. Dan. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Right,
well,
nice
more
one.
than welcome.
Cheers, Zoe.
Yeah.
We've had to drop our quality down on YouTube a little bit because we're being throttled by EE, whereas 3UK is cool. There you go. Jacob Pritchard's asked me a question. Do I prefer X-Ray Whiskey or Sierra Juliet? Now that is a very good question. Now, so when I was learning to fly, I used to prefer X-Ray Whiskey. In fact, I wouldn't. In fact, if any other aircraft came up, I would just not go. So now they've got different characteristics. So X-Ray Whiskey is a PA 28151, and the 1 on the end of the 15 means it's got tapered wings. The tapered wings means it gives you extra lift. So when you're coming into land, I tend to find, and you'll probably say I'm stupid and what am I on about, I cut the power before I'm even over the end of the runway, really, and it'll float and it lands, it just doesn't want to land. Whereas Sierra Juliet is a PA 28180, so it's got 20 horsepower, 30 horsepower more than X-Ray Whiskey, but the 0 on the 180 means it doesn't have tapered wings, it has 𝗲𝗁𝘁𝗄𝗍 wings, which are like some sort of chocolate bar that's in America apparently. And you don't get the same sort of lift performance. So you fly it all the way down to the runway on power basically, and then power off when you want to sort of round out and do your flare. So yeah, it all depends really. I don't know. I will fly either now. So Jacob Pritchard, hopefully that's answered your questions. And if you've got any other questions, then fire them out in the chat, either on YouTube or on TikTok. as we've been saying, it is very quiet here at Gloucester today. It's there's not a lot going on. You have to book a slot, and of which there are about 10 slots an hour, I think, but there's definitely not 10 aircraft flying in an hour. So yeah, it's quite quiet today, really. This would normally be very busy on a Saturday, and I don't know why people don't like flying with without air traffic control, because I just find it quite exciting, really. I find it quite exhilarating, because you talk to other aircraft, which I know you do if you go to other airfields. But yeah, it's just something that is quite cool, I think. But what do I know? I hear you all say, and the answer is not a lot. Beautiful day for flying as well. There's hardly any wind, although it's good to have some wind, but hardly any wind. It's blue skies. Must be high pressure. I wonder what, oh, of course the ATIS is off, so I can't even hear what the ATIS says. There's no ATIS. Yeah, so not a lot going on. So that chopper is firing up now. Bit of action at last. I think that's a DR. I think that's a DR400. I think coming into land now on 27. Encourage your viewers to send gifts and thank them for their support. Okay. Nice landing. That's good. Back on the chopper again now. Very quiet today. Very quiet. Not a lot going on, and yet it's a beautiful, absolutely stunningly beautiful day. But people don't like flying with their ATC, I think. So we've got G3 coming into land, which is a Bell Jet Ranger 206. We've also got that one's now lifting as well, the one you can see. That's Golf Tango Romeo Echo Echo, which is a Bell 206 Jet Ranger, and the one that's is there another one coming in? So Henny Penny says, I live next door to the airport. I enjoy seeing the planes, etc. fly over. Yeah, it's I would imagine it is quite cool. Also, it could be a challenge if you don't like planes and you live next to the airport. So back on YouTube, Mark White, hi Clarky, I'm assuming to keep it simple, pilots in the vicinity of Glos will still use Glos ATC frequency while there's no ATC. Not a silly question, mate. Yeah, so rather than calling for Gloucester Approach or Gloucester Tower, you will actually say Gloucester Traffic. And what you will do is you will broadcast your intentions and what you're doing and where you are, and you'll broadcast that. Oh, let me get rid of that. You will broadcast that and you will say, for example, Golf Bravo Bravo X-Ray Whiskey is at the west side of Apron Alpha on QNH 1013, intending on taxiing to Alpha 2, or I'm taxiing to Alpha 2, but you would say Gloucester Traffic, sorry, the first thing you would call. And you're telling everybody else in the area what your intentions are. And then as you get to the holding point, which is Alpha 2, if you're on 27 normally, you would say that you're actually at Alpha 2 and you're now going to do your power checks, which you then do. And then you'd have a good lookout. So this is the really key thing, Mark, is to have a good lookout. As part of your, when you enter the runway, there's a thing called ATPL, and that's not the Air Traffic Transport Pilot's License or whatever it's called. It's, you make sure, what's ATPL stand for? I know the last one's landing light. Pitot heat. Approach clear. That's right. God, I should know this. I just do it anyway without thinking. So ATPL, extended approach is clear. No aircraft on final or taking off. Transponder is on altitude. Pitot heat is on if required, and landing light is on. And then you put all that on as but the key thing is to do a good look on the approach to make sure there's nothing coming in. I've taken off a couple of times over the last few times they've had no air traffic control, and actually I really enjoyed it because I ended up talking to HeliMed, which is the air ambulance, both on my departure and on my approach as well. And both times he was over Cheltenham, and both times he had to slow down because I was either taking off and departing or I was approaching and landing. But you know, it's no big deal really, it's no big deal. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question, Mark. Any more, fire them in the chat on YouTube or TikTok. So we got two aircraft coming in. One's about to do an overhead join. One is about 7 or 8 miles to the north, and we've got one that's taxiing on the airport, ready to go to Alpha 2. So he'll be departing very shortly. I'm allergic to honey. Okay. Interesting. So the aircraft now is taxiing onto the runway. I'm assuming he's done his power checks. I didn't quite hear actually. Is he? Where is he? Oh no, he's doing his power checks. Is he? What's he doing? There's a cub there taking off now in the takeoff roll. Look at that, beautiful. Got one at 5 miles to the north doing an overhead join for 2-7. So we've got radios between us. We've got radios between us, and I was just telling Ollie there that I heard there's one coming in. So he's doing his power checks now at Alpha 2. Is that a Cessna 172? Could be, not sure. Very different dynamic here at Gloucester today with no air traffic control. What highest you can go in these planes, says Andrew. So without oxygen you don't want to be going above 10,000 feet. But each aircraft will have its own height limitation. I think, I could be wrong, I think a PA-28 like I fly is like 19,000 feet, but you would not be at 19,000 feet without oxygen. The misleading thing people say is, oh, that's because there's less oxygen in the air. No, that's not true. There's the same amount of oxygen, it's just that the pressure is less and you can't breathe it. So there you go. One's just entering the ATZ for an overhead joint. Sarah's turning base. This is going to be quite interesting. We've got one in the overhead and one on base, but actually they're separated by 1,200 feet, I would imagine, so that should be fine. So he's going to hang around there while the one on base is coming in, and then he's going to depart. Just telling our cameraman Ollie what's going on, so he can be prepared. Like a scout, a good cub scout, maybe? I don't know. Is that right? Not sure. Mark White says, thanks for that, mate. I'm absolutely intrigued as to all elements of piloting in the hope I can one day afford to learn. My eyes are bad. Having recently had a below knee amputee, I'm hopeful I can achieve it. Right, well, Mark, you would be an ideal candidate for the FSDP. if you want to know, I can put you in touch with the FSDP, and you can possibly learn to fly with those guys. They are heavily involved with our flying club. So if you are interested, then let me know. They also do a bursary as well, I think, where if you qualify, they will even fund your flying, I think, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, let me know, Mark, and I'll send you some details. It's a real shame I can't put the air traffic control messages on there like I used to, because it's really interesting listening to the pilots talk to each other and exactly how they're all coordinating with each other. That aircraft there waited for Sarah to land. That's Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha, and once he'd vacated the runway, he let that aircraft know, and that aircraft then departed. And that's what an air traffic controller would be doing normally, would be sort of giving those clearances and that information. So yeah, it's really cool to listen to. So when I'm doing my flying videos, I still put air traffic control on because those messages are intended for me, and therefore I have I can legally broadcast them. But I fell foul streaming on the ground, even though I'm a pilot with a license and a radio telephony license. If I put the audio into this stream and broadcast it, then I become firmly in breach of something called the Wireless Telegraphy Act 2006, Section 48. And I got a letter from Ofcom advising me as such. So I don't include any air traffic control while I'm streaming, but while I'm in the air, those messages are intended for me, and I'm happy to share them. So, true story. There we can see Sarah is refueling. And the interesting thing you have to do is before you refuel an aircraft, you have to earth it. So there's no potential difference between you and the aircraft. Otherwise, you can, in theory, create a spark which could explode and kill everybody in the whole world. Well, it wouldn't do that, but it wouldn't be very good. So there's a jet coming in here. Do we know it's coming in, Ollie? Oh, right. So we've got a nice jet coming in here. It's a Cessna Citation CJ3, sorry. So we'll be watching that shortly. So stay tuned for a jet. True. Let's turn that down a bit. It's got quite cold in the van. It's warmer, a lot warmer outside than it is in the van. So I've just put the diesel heater on because I can. Because it's my diesel heater and it's my van. So there, yeah. Oh, look, one's coming in. That's the one that just took off. Maybe he's doing circuits then. No, actually, that's not the one that just took off, is it? Yeah, no, it's not. Oh, balloon did it, that's fine. Nice landing, nice landing. Again, if you want to see what we're doing in widescreen, go over to our YouTube channel, which is also called the Phobic Flyer, and you can see it in the glorious HD widescreen. TikTok, for some reason, didn't like me doing widescreen and kept blocking my videos every time. So what you're seeing is the middle part of a widescreen. I'm cropping it, but I think it's doable, isn't it? Yeah, so you have to earth. There's a green earth that you pull out when you fuel up one of those PA-28s, like the pilot's doing there, and you put the earth from the tank that you're filling up from onto the exhaust outlet from the aircraft, which is obviously earthed. Yeah, I can see him. So Ollie's just pointed out that that aircraft is now at 2,700 feet and he's coming in on 2.7. Can you see him?
No, but you might.
I'm not looking at there because it's sunny. So we might see him in the overhead, which will be good because then Ollie can track him, come round until he lands. That'd be quite nice. And if anybody wants to see what we can see, there he is, he's coming in there. If you go to ADSB Exchange, that's ADSB Exchange, then you can see for free all aircraft that squirt out ADSB, which is information. So you can just about hear that aircraft. And he's currently at 1,300 feet, so he's just descending now. He's just done an overhead join, so he's descending, and then he will come. So what is he at the moment? He must be on, where's the airport here? Hang on a minute. So Zoe just asked quite a really relevant question there. And if there's no ATC, do you have to do an overhead join? So you have to join it to that, and the answer to that is yes, you do. That's part of the indemnity procedures. So Sarah, that's Golf Sierra Alpha Romeo Alpha, is taxiing to Alpha 2, and the jet is now, I think, on final, Ollie, isn't it? Oh, he's base, Yeah, he's at 700 feet, so he's on base. He's just going to be coming on to final any moment. So Ollie has got the camera ready to see the Cessna Citation. So Bree McNutt says hi. Hi to you, Bree. There you go, that's a Cessna Citation that's just landed there. Nice aircraft. Bree says, I like planes. There you go. We like him as well, Bree, so you're not alone there, not alone. And I'm a pilot as well, so it's all cool. There's that Cessna Citation. Bree likes that one. That's a nice jet. That's going to be taxiing back to... Is that a little jet company one, Ollie? Oh, it's not, no. It's gone a little quiet again now. We had sort of 3 aircraft in the circuit at one point, and now we've got none, just the jet up there. Mike Wild on YouTube says a very good afternoon to everybody, and a very good afternoon to you, sir, as well. It's 1:45 local time here at Gloucester Airport, 12:46:51. So you can work out how far behind we are, probably 30 seconds. So we've got one coming in just overhead join now. Sarah is doing an overhead, and he will be doing joining on 27 very shortly. And that's it. You can see the Navajo there. You can't really see the wing. You can see the wings. You can't see the prop. All 6 blades of the prop are feathered and bent. Oh, someone's walking over there. Look. Oh, someone's waving. They're waving at us, Muriel. They're waving at us.
Yeah, actually.
They are, yeah.
I'll watch the playback. Hello, Gary. How are you doing, mate? How's work? Sorry, I may or may not have opened Andy's mic instead of mine, but you know, glad you're doing alright, Gary. Hope you have a good day, mate.
Gazzer. So I was behind a Marchton's coach this morning. I wasn't too sure if you was driving it or Dino, but Dino popped up earlier and he said you're on a train coach or something today. So it wasn't you, Gar. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. True story. It's quieting down a bit now at Gloucester, Golf, Echo Golf Bravo Juliet, EGBJ. Yeah, it's very quiet. Still worth streaming though, even though we've had a small amount of aircraft. There's one there that's just doing his power checks at 𝗦𝘁𝘂𝗍𝗆, and we've got a new member of the crew as well that's going to help out when we're short, which is Nathan. So we spoke to Nathan earlier. He told us all about his flight. So it'd be nice to have another pilot involved, which would be good. So, yeah, cool. So we've a very quiet day today here at Gloucester. We've got no ATC, no air traffic control. So you have to book out and book a slot. And I think there are about 10 slots an hour. and that's to land or to take off. And I think that aircraft there has just said he's going to taxi. So we'll see. That's Tom, is it? Oh, right, okay. It's our Tom. Kurdistan Paper, e-paper says hi. Hi there to you. So the Cessna's there being put into the hangar. Sorry, taken out of the hangar, sorry. It's been put on stand 1. So that's our Tom in there. He's it's not a Eurostar, is it? What's it called? I've forgotten what his aircraft's called. Icarus. There you go. So that's an Icarus. He's the one who flew too close to the sun, and his wings melted, and he fell out of the sky, wouldn't he? That's what Icarus did. He was a Greek myth. Have a look him up. Anyway, yeah. So that's great camera work, Nathan. Really impressed. So we were going to stream till about 3 o'clock, but we're probably going to stream until about 2. It's for another 40 minutes or so. I've got to go and mow my field and my grass, so yeah, true story. So yeah, we'll just play it by ear. See if anything sort of livens up, we might hang around a bit further. But it's been great having you guys all attending today and watching. It's been really good, and we sort of really enjoyed having the TikTok guys on board as well. It's great you guys watching, really appreciate it. And of course, if you're not subscribed, then or follow rather, is it? I forget what it's called on TikTok. Then if you follow, then you'll get notified when we go live and do future of these. And if you're interested in aviation as a whole, Then on YouTube and TikTok, I put my flying videos on there. We've also got some good relationships with some of the military pilots as well. So yeah, all good. There we go, you can see there's hardly any wind here at Gloucester today. The windsock is even droopy, look at that. And there's nothing worse than a droopy wind, well there is, but yeah, we won't, yeah. So droopy windsocks mean there's very little wind today. Just a tiny bit, it's just moving around. You can't really see, because it's sort of a face on. There you go, there's a little bit there, but it's not a lot, not a lot. I think that windsock's going to need replacing quite soon. It's faded quite badly, isn't it? So we're going to stream for another half an hour, unless we get something like maybe a Spitfire or something. Got the fuel truck, that's exciting. And we'll just see what happens really. But just want to say thank you for all the guys on YouTube and on TikTok who have been watching, and maybe we should branch out and maybe even go on to Instagram, maybe, I don't know, what do you think? And even Facebook, do them all. Yeah, we could do. Got anything coming in? What's that there over Tewkesbury? G Trout, 2,750 feet, took off from here. Is that Tom?
Yeah. So
there's something there. 𝗦𝘁𝘂𝗿𝗆𝗆, 600 feet. He must be on final then. Yeah, he is, he's on final. Do you want to just give That's Golf Bravo Alpha Sierra Juliet, which is a PA-28180 Cherokee or Warrior, no, Cherokee actually, and that's the aircraft that I fly. There you go. Lovely landing there, nicely done. So there's Golf Bravo Alpha Sierra Juliet. There's Gloucester Cathedral there in the background. You can just see on the right. Oh, and he's slowed down, he's stopped. Oh, he's doing his after takeoff checks, I would imagine. So there's Gloucester Cathedral just in the right, and then you'll see Gloucester Hospital in a minute as we carry on panning to the left. Spot on that is, Nathan. He's right in the centre. It's a really nice shot, that is. Now he's going to carry on taxiing now, and he's off. We've got Nathan on camera too today. Oh, he's beasting that, isn't he, on no Taxi Charlie way, Taxi Charlie way, Charlie Taxiway. Or Charlie, Taxiway Charlie even. It's part of the ILS there. What, tomorrow?
Because there's a PC-12 coming in, call signed 𝗦𝘁𝘁𝘁𝗍𝗏.
Oh, really? Just going past the radar dome there. That's a lovely shot, isn't it? Look at that lovely sun there today. So we're going to carry on streaming for about another 25 minutes. We're going to knock it on. I know we were going to stream till 3, but I think what we'll do in future is just stream till 2 when there's no air traffic control, because you're limited with visitors can't fly in. The only aircraft that can fly when there's no air traffic control on indemnity then basically is any home-based aircraft. There's a lot of birds around there. It's a bit worrying. And there you go, Sierra Juliet is all the way back to the west side of 𝗦𝘁𝘁𝗍𝗆 there, where it's parking it right up to the white line, so that it doesn't annoy the flight crew and guys that watch. We just had a bit of a blip on YouTube, so I just had to restart the stream. TikTok seems to be running okay, so apologies for that. Just a brief, nice bit of camera work from our new recruit Nathan there. 15 minutes to go until we knock the stream on the head. So it's been great having all of you guys on TikTok and YouTube today, and I think we may have to expand this out now to the other channels as well. Yeah, it's been really good. Really enjoyed it, actually. It's been good fun. So we've just heard that 𝗻𝘁𝘁𝘁 is just dropped somebody off at Gloucestershire Hospital, and it's now inbound to us. So you can see him there. He's just taken off from Gloucestershire Royal Hospital, and he's just inbound to heli flight, I assume. So the trip from Gloucestershire Royal Hospital to here would probably take a good 15 minutes in a car. Probably takes 2 minutes in a helicopter. 𝗻𝘁𝘁𝘁 there, just taken off So that's the air ambulance, just taken off from Gloucestershire Hospital, and he's just inbound to us. Hi Mark Turner says good afternoon everybody. Got some downtime between jobs, I'm up in Skegness. There you go. So we just had somebody who's, I think she said her son is in Sarah, the aircraft there. So we're just watching there. So I got some weird messages from TikTok then. So yeah, so it's always good fun to get up in a plane. I remember the first time I went up, and first time I flew actually. So you can see that he's just doing the pre-takeoff checks, where you check that the ailerons and the rudder, not the rudder, the elevator all work as they should. You can just see the elevator moving up and down then. And yeah, so and he's on the move. He's just taking off now. Ah, has he? If you join Staverton Spotters Facebook page and ask there, someone will probably be taking a photo, we'll send it to you. All right. Yeah, he's taking off now. Nice one, Mark. Right, we're going to knock it on the head, but what we're going to do is we're going to pack up and leave the main camera running while we pack up. So you will still have audio for a bit, and we'll do that at the we'll decommission that last camera at the last thing. So we're going to go widescreen now on camera 1, and then we're going to start to pack up the rest. So we'll come back to you before we finish, but thanks again for watching today. Really enjoyed it having both YouTube and TikTok together. It's been really good fun. So there's a nice wide angle shot of the airport there, which we'll leave going until we're ready to just put the old dream stream machine away. Hello, right, okay then guys, we are now going to stop the stream on Facebook and on TikTok. So thank you so much for watching. As always, like and subscribe and follow and all that good funky stuff. That'll be cool. And we might see you next weekend if the weather's good. So thanks again guys, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.